Hey, I'm Donald. I've been working with Harry for 2 months. Here's what I would tell myself about coaching and how to assess if working with Harry would be a good fit for me. Section 1. Invest in yourself. Your potential is fucking cracked. You know this. You want to be doing everything in your power to become the greatest version of yourself. And this is terrifying. So instead of staring at it directly in the eyes, you turn away. I will do this later. I'm not quite ready. I will get there soon. No, you fucking won't. There is no waiting. You need to act now. Slow is fake. Hedging is for losers. Fear of loss kills opportunity. Compounding gains are real. You're incredibly miscalibrated if you're not making the most aggressive bets possible on yourself. I see your fear and I ask that you honor it by chasing what is deeply meaningful. It's your job to learn what this means for you and to discover the path you want to lead to pursue this. The time is now. Invest in yourself. Do it for you, do it for your loved ones, and do it for the world. Section 2. You're an ape. I can do it on my own. This time it will be different. Brute force and discipline will work now. No, it fucking won't. The sirens are calling you to failure. Stop using the same broken strategies. This time it will work is an illusion, and it's time to let it die. Realizing your potential is hard, and with hard things, it's okay to ask for help. And when it comes to realizing your potential, you're shooting yourself in the foot if you don't get help. Why? Because you're an ape. And working with another human has massive gains. The gains are even bigger when that human happens to be Harry, who's wise, empathetic, and has aligned incentives with helping you become great. Let's get specific. You can't exit the strange loop. Having a trained external perspective is huge. You know what you want, you know how to get there, but sometimes these things are hard to access. Having a coach help you uncover these is game-changing. Having a person in your corner to support you with every commitment changes the weight of the commitments themselves. They're with you through success and failure. When personal integrity isn't working, try to leverage social accountability. You have conditioned blindness to what is entailed in getting what you really want. It's a lot easier to fool yourself alone than to fool yourself in dialogue with someone whose job it is to help you find those gaps. Stop trying to fight the reality that you are an imperfect meat machine. Learn to work with yourself as a system. You are an ape. Section 3. Always be experimenting. You will initially face internal resistance when attempting to do what is intuitively aligned with your higher self. Asking someone out, releasing your first project, dancing in front of a bunch of people. The alarms will ring. It's your job to honor the alarm and to do the hard thing. It's also your job to discern when the alarms are there to keep you safe from something aligned with your higher self, or when they exist to keep you safe from genuine misalignment. In pursuit of your most aligned self, you must run experiments. It turns out you're pretty great at knowing what's best for you, but sometimes you don't, and sometimes your actions don't reflect your higher self. Experiments facilitate your intention to follow a set of actions for a set period of time. You're committing to run an experiment on yourself. You are testing a hypothesis. Does this intention truly align with my intuition? Through these experiments, you will approach a state of being with more aligned actions and a set of guiding principles. Doing this alone is possible, but you're walking away from huge value on the table. Working with a coach gives you accountability, someone who is cheering you on and there to check in on you, someone to help you create appropriately structured commitments, calibrated with your highest self to be at the edge of your abilities, rewards that are aligned with what really makes you feel good, and consequences that are calibrated in severity and not overly punitive. I found Harry to be specifically useful here. There is no correct, clear-cut trail for you to take to align with your intuition and to realize your potential. You need to run experiments to find your path. Section 4. You belong in your body, you belong with people. You've heard about the people who live in their heads and don't feel emotions. Stoics who intentionally dissociate. This isn't you, right? You cry at the movie theater. You regularly feel anger flow through you, or pure wonder that radiates outward from your sternum. These are true and important, but consider all the moments that you exit your body. At work, when you exist in your mind palace for hours on end. When you dissociate and compulsively play chess for an entire afternoon. When you take stimulants, fry your nervous system, and can't experience safety around those you love. In these moments, and many others, you are not in your body. That's fine. It can be a tool, a learned strategy to deal with your environment. Maybe existing in your body isn't useful for writing test cases for a data pipeline. But for the rest of your life, you belong in your body. When you watch the cherry blossoms come into full bloom, when you speak at your grandmother's funeral, when you experience your first child coming into this world, you belong in your body. Human connection is something you deeply desire. An embodiment is a facilitator of connection. Working with Harry has given me a foundation on which to run experiments to feel more embodied and connected. For you, the things that are scariest often protect you from what will bring the most embodiment and connection. Asking for love, dancing with other people, speaking from the heart. It's time to return to your body. It's time to return to connection. Section 5. Harry. Finding someone to work with is hard. And there's a bad taste in your mouth from the incompetency of the credentialed psychologists that you worked with throughout high school. It always felt like there was something missing. Fit is complex and subjective, so I'm just going to enumerate the points of calibration that I've collected after having worked with Harry. Harry practices view. It's an approach to conversation that was developed by Joe Hudson, who runs The Art of Accomplishment. This is the best way that I've encountered to unlock what your conversation partner intuitively wants and how they think they should get there. It feels like a megaphone for your intuition. Harry is skilled at view. It's difficult to explain, and I'm excited for anyone who gets to experience it. Harry also practices IFS. I have less experience working with him in this capacity, but I will note that one of the most intense and meaningful experiences I've had in session with a coach was with Harry, where we worked on a deep emotional block. Value alignment. I like to work and think in terms of personal values, and I feel that Harry embodies some of my core values. Non-judgment, childlike wonder, and a deep belief in human potential. Concept integrity. Harry can work with all the rough, emotional, and intellectual input that I throw at him, and clearly delineate concepts, emotions, and thoughts, and then work with them freely. There isn't a language barrier, and there isn't information loss. Pressure points. Many times Harry has interrupted me and prompted us to sit on something that came up in our work together. Every time these explorations have been meaningful and additive to the overall flow of the session. They're often linked to shedding light on one of my blind spots. Without coercion, without punishment, without grinding discipline, Harry is able to guide you to deliver on desired outcomes in your life. My highest self often wants me to do the hard thing. Harry facilitates operating at the edge of my abilities while being aligned with my intuition. To my past self, it's my honest recommendation to explore working with Harry. I have no regrets, and my goal of having increased holistically aligned well-being has been met. I look forward to continued work with Harry, and I'm grateful for our relationship.